Today I am looking at a brand new release from a house that just a couple years ago had a really hyped fragrance release. This thing was absolutely everywhere. I never actually tried it, but let's jump in to their new scent. Hey, welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time finding my channel, my name is Gerard. Today we're talking about fragrances, more specifically, this new release from the house of Particle. I have not tried anything from Particle. I know they do like men's kind of skincare, grooming products, along with a couple fragrances, this being their newest release. So I'm excited to try it. They actually reached out to me and sent this to me. And one thing that I say to anyone who reaches out to me, which is why a lot of times you guys don't see me talk about certain brands that might be really popular at the time, is because I always tell them, I will be honest in my review, I'm not just gonna hype the product for the sake of hyping it because you sent me a free bottle. So they were completely responsive to that. So that was, vibe check number one that they passed beautifully. And the notes of this sound absolutely incredible. So we'll get into that. Let's bust it open and see what it's all about. I should add, guys, that Particle also gave me a 20% discount code for you guys, Gerard20. So I'm going to link that. I'm also going to link the fragrance down below, but let's see what I think of it. So the first thing that stands out to me here is that they sent, it comes in this box and then it's gift wrapped. So you get this little gift wrap here, which is pretty cool. Christmas comes early, guys. The fragrance right now is available for $129 on their website, so it's on the pricier side, but again, you do have a 20% discount. This is the 100 ml bottle. They also give you the option to buy multiple bottles for less, so I think you can buy 3 bottles for a value of like $109 per bottle. I don't know why you'd want to do that unless you're like reselling them or something, but or unless you really love the fragrance. So here you have the box, and it's Varros. I don't know the concentration on this. It's not on the box from what it looks like. Yeah, no, it's not on the box. So let's bust it open. It might be on the bottle. So I mentioned the notes before, and I want to read those to you guys really quickly because this is really what intrigued me about the fragrance. You have lemon, pineapple, grapefruit, and lavender up top. And then in the mid, you get coconut and marine accords and sandalwood, which was very intriguing. I love coconut in fragrances, especially when it's done right. And in the base, you have patchouli, coumarin, musk, and cedarwood. So very interesting note breakdown. Now the box style, you have this it just comes off the top, right? That's the main cover. And then it opens like this. Okay. So a sophisticated interpretation of classic masculinity reflecting our artisanal heritage. So let's do this as they intended without the bottle falling. Okay, there you go. There it is, Varros. I'll have to look up what the meaning of that is. Here is the bottle, Varros by Particle. And, pretty basic bottle, nothing too impressive here. I do like the color scheme, that sort of deep burgundy red, and then just the simple print on the front. There is something to that. I do like the simplicity of bottles like that. And then on the top, you have Varros printed, engraved, actually. Actually, no, it's like more just a part of the cap. It's not engraved. So yeah, let's take a look at the atomizer. Really excited to try this. Okay, atomizer, nothing too spectacular there. And let's see what we get for, okay. All right, in the air, I'm getting some fruitiness, musky, fresh, a warmth to it, a little bit sweet. It's familiar, it's reminding me of something. Can't quite put my finger on it just yet. But in the air, it's nice. Very fresh, fruity, perfect amount of sweetness, inviting, mass appealing type of fragrance. And that warmth is nice as well. So in the air, it doesn't smell synthetic. It smells pretty good quality. So let's see what it does off of skin. Okay. Okay. Yeah, off of skin, definitely picking up that coconut. I'm sorry, the pineapple. And that's sort of the main fruitiness here. I know they mentioned grapefruit and lemon, being also both citric fruits up top. I'm not quite getting those as much, which I'm happy about because I really like pineapple as well. So there's a nice freshness here. Quality wise, it's okay. It actually is, for me, it's difficult because pineapple is one of those notes that is hard to get right, along with coconut. So they took a risk using both pineapple and coconut in this fragrance. But again, the main thing that stands out to me here, okay, yeah, the pineapple is really nice. And what I find really good is that it's blending well with this sort of creamy undertone, which is probably that sandalwood. Yeah, and this is, okay, now it also has a nice sparkle to it as well. So this is definitely a fresher, lighter wearing fragrance for me, like just my first knee-jerk reaction to the scent. And I am starting to get a little bit of that grapefruit. That grapefruit, I think, is the element here that gives this little bit of effervescent sparkle to it. It's getting a little bit woody. Again, that creaminess is really nice. It adds to the scent and it makes it sort of feel a little more high end for me. So it's not just a bunch of notes that jump out at you. It's kind of bringing everything together. And then that coconut. Yeah, the coconut is definitely lingering. It's starting to come through a little bit more. It has this pulpy, fleshy, fruity vibe to it. Very authentic smelling, and it's not overdone. The one that I think of immediately is Issey Miyake's Fusion Dissy Extreme. And I love that fragrance. Absolutely love it. And how they're using the coconut in that fragrance is reminding me of the coconut here. Now, the other thing I'm going to note here is that this is not a dense fragrance. This is not heavy. Even with notes like patchouli and coumarin, they are very subtle. The coumarin, actually, it's very masculine. It smells very put together, but also having a little bit of fun and not being too serious with some of those fruitier notes up top. Occasions I can see this being worn in. I think this could be a signature. I honestly do. This one is really nice. I'm actually going to wear this as my scent of the day. I'm not wearing anything right now, and I think it will be perfect. The other thing, oh yeah, it smells great in the air. I want to give this a full wear and just give you guys a better impression of like the overall performance. The sense I get is that this is probably going to last me like a full work day. It's creating a nice little scent bubble around me, but it's hard to say because it is more of a lighter wearing fragrance. So you know what it kind of reminds me of is the Byredos I have in my collection. It has this sort of ethereal, airy vibe to it, while carrying these darker notes like the coumarin, the patchouli, and feels lighter. It feels like almost like a second skin. The other thing that is jumping out at me is the aquaticness of it. That's hit or miss for me, guys, big time. But again, it's done so subtly. Everything is blended really well here. Everything from the fruit to the musk to the sandalwood to the spice to the aquatic notes, to the darker notes like patchouli, more earthy. So they did a fantastic job blending this fragrance and making it into this cohesive sort of experiment. Because again, some of these notes on paper, one thing that intrigued me was not only the notes and some of my favorite notes, but they didn't sound like they would work that well together. I was wrong. I definitely prejudged it before I got it. And it's working. It smells great. Overall, I really like Varros. I think, just to wrap things up, I think some people might think this smells like other things. It's not particularly super unique, but what I do like about it, again, that is hard to do, is the combination of that pineapple and coconut without smelling overly synthetic and making it wear lighter with some of the darker notes. I think that is perfect. I think it has a warmth to it and a freshness to it that combination is hard to beat. I'm excited to give this one a full wear today. Again, give you guys a better idea of overall performance. I'll ask my wife what she thought about it. And yeah, I can definitely see myself wearing this again. So would love to know your thoughts. Have you guys tried Varros from Particle? Drop it in the comment section down below. Have you tried anything from the house? Would love to know. Don't forget, I have a discount code, Gerard20. I will leave the link to the fragrance down below. But until then, guys, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.